And so we will begin with sustaining a diverse workplace. And I can't think of a better place to start than Rita Scott, because I saw what her workplace looked like when she was running WCSC in Charleston. She transformed that building to look more like the community it was serving as a news organization. Rita, can you tell us how you did that, first of all?
Well, let me share, first of all, that I grew up in High Point, North Carolina, and I grew up in a funeral home. But my parents, every day, there were 6 of us, and they would make us tell our dreams at dinner. And I would often ask the bodies that would be in our funeral home, did you live your dream? Did you live your dream? So when it was time for me to decide on a career, education was very important. So you got your education, you did the best that you could. And I went to a television station because I wanted to be in sales, because I knew management one day, if I ever got there, I needed to go through that direction. Where there were no women and there were no blacks. And they turned me down. And I said, okay, I'm going to get a job. And it was during the Civil Rights Movement. So I took a class action suit out on the station, and they had to hire me. Well, it was not easy going in, but I was the only woman. I was a woman of color, and in 6 months, I was one of their top salespeople. So I had to prove that I could do it. I had to have the opportunity. So moving into that first position of management, I felt like I'm beginning to live my dream. And then in the management end of it, there were still not a lot of women. So you had to recruit women into it, because actually they were better salespeople in many ways than some of the men. And so you wanted a diverse organization, because product and advertising and everything about broadcasting, it's about everybody, women, children, the whole world. It needs to be diverse. Becoming a general manager, I also saw that there were not a lot of people of color on the air. Not women, not men. And I wanted to make sure that that was the case. So again, moving people out, you also wanted to move the strong, talented people in. So you had to do this in a diplomatic way, but you also did it with a strategic plan of, we need to look like our community. And our community, they then came back to us because they believed and trusted that we were giving them everything that they needed, because they want to be informed. And local news is the #1 thing that they're looking for. So that information, if I'm telling you and I look like you and you know that I've done everything that I can, and in Charleston, South Carolina, within the last year and a half, we've had a lot with Walter Scott shooting, with the Charleston 9. And I can tell you, when I woke up that night of the Charleston 9, and I had my black anchor, male anchor, he's the only black male anchor in South Carolina. I believe he held the crowds down. I believe his words and his voice held a lot of tension and said, just please wait. We need more information. So the way it was reported, how the information was dispelled, all of that is part of making sure that the company that you're with, they do have people who can talk to everybody and be there where they can trust you as their real source. So that's how I think you need to make sure that you do keep inclusiveness in everything. Humanness first.
Mm-hmm.